And moving on to the next one. As an INTP female, I'm not always great when it comes to feelings. I hear you. My boyfriend sometimes says he feels nervous and over-analyzed by me, especially when I point out inconsistencies between his words and his behavior. But I'm just trying to understand what's going on. How can I approach this better? That's a great question. So as an INTP, your adult self is called the scientist, so inward-facing thinking. And what that scientist does is it looks for evidence and looks for inconsistencies in order to reach a conclusion or to make a point. Okay? So when that happens, that is not something that is interpersonally considerate. Okay? So, our thinking parts of us are not really attuned to the feeling parts of ourselves or other, feelings of other people, because thinking and feeling are the opposites. One is very pragmatic, very, results oriented, very, fact-based, and feeling, of course, is all about the sense of unity, the sense of belonging, those kinds of things. So when you relate to your boyfriend from your adult self perspective, then he won't feel loved because there's no emotion connected to this. So what I would say to you in this case is, your feeler is the little 3-year-old inner child. So it is your outward facing feeling. So try and be vulnerable with your boyfriend. Was it boyfriend? Yes, boyfriend. And allow yourself to kind of relax into his leadership, even if his leadership is different to how you would do things. So sometimes we have to switch off the thinking mind and then just allow the other person to lead, allow the other person to express their emotions, which can be really difficult for you. And just be okay not being okay. Be okay not being in charge. And that will really bring a lot into your relationship. Pointing out inconsistencies when, in people feels like it's criticism. And you have a natural talent for critical thinking. Now, that doesn't mean that you should relate to people that you love through critical thinking. So what I'd like to see you do is just be okay with inconsistencies when it comes to relationships, because in particular, emotions are inconsistent. And just learn to tolerate this sense of, losing control within yourself when somebody is inconsistent, and just try and meet them where they are. Learn to use language like, hey, how are you feeling right now? What's going on for you right now? Is there anything I can do for you? Those kinds of things. Instead of just relying on your critical thinking when it comes to your relationships. So that's what I would say to that. And yeah, let's see if we have any questions from the audience. Lisa is there. She's saying, Abby, I can't remember where I heard this, but someone said, you never understand the power of your voice and the effect that it has on others. Yeah, I think so. I think that's true. And that is certainly something that, Abby's question was around, I hate I'm paraphrasing here. I hate the extroverted videos I made because they're not who I am. So I'm paraphrasing that. But really, truly, you don't actually know. You don't actually know what the story is and how much you can affect, how little thing that you do because you're practicing doing something that you're not good at, how that can affect somebody and how it can help somebody and how it can give others permission to not be perfect themselves. So it's really cool to try new things, and it's really cool to try things that are not, you. yeah, so that's something that's cool. Hey Ursa, good to see you here. All right, everyone, thank you very much for today's session. It's been great being here with you today. And as I said before at the early stages of this video, I'll be off for the next 2 weeks, so I will talk to you again, or I'll see you again in 3 weeks. So submit your questions in and we'll take it from there. Have a great couple of weeks, everyone. Look after yourselves.